So first and foremost, we have this dashboard. As soon as you guys will sign in from your own IDs, it will take you to this screen. I'm going to show you the screen that you will have. You will this over here, LabonTextiles.megaventry.com is your URL, and this is what you are going to type in your browser, and it will take you to basically this page. And here, everyone will have their own user and password, which I will share after this meeting. And once you put that in, you just need to click sign in, and it will take you to the main dashboard. Right now, if you see, in order to understand this, first we need to understand this first bar over here on top. This bar, which says purchase, sell, manufacturing, and inventory, these are your different modules. So whatever activity you want to do for any particular operation, it will take you to that module. So for example, if I have to sell, I'll click on this cell and it will take me to the cell, and if I have to manufacture, I click here to, it will take me to manufacture, and then inventory transactions, it will take me there. So this is basically your inventory shift at top there, right? So we are going to start from the purchasing. I have prepared this training session according to how we recorded your requirements at our meeting, initial meeting. So first and foremost, if you see these cards here, right? These cards are basically filtering your different types of transactions. So this card over here, purchase order, is basically all your purchase orders. So it is basically showing us that we have total of 9 purchase orders here, right? And this purchase invoices is showing that total, we have a total of 12 purchase invoices. The reason these purchase invoices are more than this purchase order, because there's a possibility some of the purchases we did without raising a purchase order, or maybe against some purchase order we did more than one invoice. So we have a total of 12 purchase invoices, a total of purchase orders. These cards you will use to search through all of the data if you want to search. So for example, if I click this button 9 here, it will open a list for me that will show you all your invoices, all your purchase orders that we have raised. So for example, this is your Labon China purchase order number 9, and it was created on 20th September. It is fully invoiced. It was invoiced in US dollars, and this was its value, 24,000, and this was its total quantity which was ordered in that. If I want to have a look at this purchase order, I can click on this button blue 9 here, and it will show me the total details that what we have purchased from Labon China. We purchased this particular item at these many kgs at this rate and this total value, right? Now, if what I have done here is basically I have separated your local purchase, your purchases from Labon China, and your import expenses into separate cards. So you don't have to go into this purchase order tab. You can simply click here and it will only open the Labon China purchase, your local purchase, and your import expenses here, right? Okay, right. So what I'm going to start with, I'm going to create a first order from a purchase from Labon China, which will going to be in US dollars. So here you will select in the supplier button Labon China. Any addresses that you want to put up, I did not had any addresses, so I did not put any here. The currency, you have to make sure that for all the China purchase from Labon China, it has to be US dollars. If it is not selected US dollar, it will give an error. Basically, it will not process this purchase order, because that is the currency which has been set for this particular supplier, right? You can add any references like an October order. And these fields we have left for you. You can use these comments, tags, and order reference fields according to what you need. And of course, once you will do your test, you will have further requirements that you want a particular search, or you want to filter these items differently so we can use them, right?
Okay.
And now here, if you see this blue button here, you will see click to add row. This, once you will click here, it will open up boxes on which you will enter your products, right? So you click on the plus button and you will see you can add. I have added products according to your codes which you have provided. So you will write, let's suppose you will write 11 point something, and then all your 11 point codes according to what I had information, I have uploaded it here, right? So it will be easy for you guys because you are familiar with these codes. Or of course you can always type the name of the yarn which you are purchasing, P Aramed, whatever, and then it will give you. What this box we need to understand very carefully. You see this box that automatically opens up. If you see the first column which says abbreviation, this abbreviation is basically an abbreviation of your inventory locations, right? So the first inventory location is your Labon. Then you have other inventory locations according to your suppliers, which is Combine, and then this is Weave Tech Anwar, and then this is Sialkot something. This is other. These are all your locations. What we need to understand that at Labon, what it is basically saying that at present we have a 4 quantity of this product, right? So what it's basically showing that in the inventory we have 4 of this quantity here. We already have a non-received quantity in purchase orders which is 100. We already raised an order for this product for 100, so it is still in shipment. We already have a shipment which is in transit for this. So let's suppose we are going to order another 200 of this. Now this price, of course, this price is inaccurate. Because I was not aware of the purchase prices. So if you guys want this price will be automated. If you want this price to be automated, you can provide me with the price list, and I will send you. I will update it, and it will auto populate. But if you want it to be custom, it will stay like this, right? So let's add another product. So we have and then 340, and we are purchasing at this per unit price is per unit per kilo. So I think I put a lot of very heavy price. I'll just change it. So you can always click it. This box over here, it works like an Excel sheet. So you can click tab and it will take you to the next box. And when you click tag, it will automatically open up a new box here, right? All you need to do after this is just click the save button. So once you click save, it will create a purchase order number for this document, and it will create your purchase order. You can click on this print button, and you can of course share it with anybody you want to share. If you want to, you can share it, you can print it, you can export it to open in you can make a PDF of it, or you can straight email it from here for approval to your colleague or whatever. Just remember that this purchase order, if you will see here, it is still in pending state. So it has not been approved at the moment. It is still a pending purchase order. We have not placed an order as yet, right? And let's suppose this has been approved. So let me show you where it shows here. So you will see this purchases from Labon, China. It was showing 3 before. Now it is showing 4. So if you click on this 4, it will have this new purchase order number 10 in it as well. So you see this 10 one. it has been, it is there, but it is still in pending state. So you see that this purchase order has not been approved or it has not been received. Anything which is fully invoiced, that means that this purchase order has been received already, right?
Okay.
So
And
if I want to if I want,
I want to ask one thing.
Yeah.
In the purchase order, you mentioned that the unit is in kg. So if there is an option that we can change it into meter as well.
Yes, of course. For a particular product, we have also incorporated, for some products we have a unit in meters. For some we have in kgs. For some we have in meters. What other unit you have for another particular product? Hello, can you hear me?
तो भाई बेसिकली हमारे दो यूनिट कर रहे हैं मीटर, ये दोनों शो होंगे ना इस पे?
कौन से?
मीटर और केजी.
बीटा? Meters or kg? हाँ, of course. Both will show, but of course it will only show for one product. It will only show one unit. So, for example,
I want to change, Mr. Hamza. I want to change the kg from to meters. I can change it.
Yes. For which product you want to change?
Just like you can say, the second one, meta fabric. I want to change it from kg to meters.
You can do it. You can do it. Or you can do it if you go into the settings. If I show you, this over here is the settings tab. I was going to show you in the detail, but let me show you now. If you click here, you can open it in a new tab as well. This settings gear. So if you click here, this code is 33.761, right? It will open all your software's backend setting. If you click on this products, it will open all your products list. So you just need to search the 33.761, this product, right? If you want to change, if you click on it, you see here unit of stock. This opens its products backend detail. So if you want to change its unit to meters, pairs, pieces, pk, whatever, you can do that. So let's suppose you want to change it to meters. You can change it to meters and you update it. The only thing is here you will have to re-add it. So you delete it here and then you add 33.761 and you write 340. You write 33. Right? Is that okay?
Yes, okay.
So you can just click save. Right. Let's suppose this has been verified. This has been verified and it is basically approved. So you need to just click verify. And here this box opens. You need to select. You are about to verify this purchase. It is also self-explanatory. If you see this action locks the product details tab. You will then be able to receive product in the selected inventory location. So you have to click an inventory location where you would want to receive it, right? So for our import purposes, this Labon textile is actually our own main warehouse location where we are receiving. Other locations for you are all your suppliers, right?
Okay.
So this Labon textile is the location that you want to receive it in. And you click OK. Remember, it has not been received as yet. It is just locking the location for the time being. Still, if I go into this 4 button here, it will show me that it is in verified state. Before it was in a pending state. Once you lock its inventory, it will go into a verified state, right? So the next step on this purchase order is to just receive it, right? Now at the time of receiving, you had a requirement that you don't want the store guy to see the amount in which you want, the purchase price in which you are receiving it, right? So all you need to do is you need to click an email here and you click email purchase order receipt slip. not the purchase order, just the receipt slip. So when it is at your doorstep, you just email this receipt slip to your store's email address, or you can always print it and give it to him. So you will see in the receipt slip, you will see that this product is coming, and it is at the moment it is 200 kgs, and there's nothing received, and remaining is 200. All he needs to do is he needs to update here how much kg has been received, right? And he will not be shown any prices, right?
Right.
So you can email it to him as well here. If you have a manual control, you can print this and you can share with him. I think print option will be better for him, so that over here with a marked pencil, he will just mark here with a pen that he has received 200, 200, and here he will sign it. If you want, I will prepare I will prepare here, I'll create a box here which will say store manager signature, and then he will put a signature here, and he will return that document to you, and you will attach it, you will scan it and attach it with this purchase order. If you see here uploaded file, you create this upload contract file, and then from here you will able to scan that purchase order, that goods in document, you can scan and attach it here. Let me attach something here. Let me actually attach that. So for example, this is your receipt slip, and I save it into PDF, save as PDF, and I store it here, right? And he will give me a scanned version, he will give me a signed version of it, and I will scan it in my computer, and I will basically here I can attach it. So for example, whenever Mr. David or Mr. Chris wants to see the goods in signed by the purchase guy, it will show like this, and he will have his signature here. Is that fine?
Mr. Hamza?
Yes.
Actually, we want to see where from we purchase these goods. But you see, this purchase order, this receipt slip is not showing the supplier name.
Is it not showing the supplier name?
Yeah. Open it again.
It will show you now. Let me just update it. It will show the supplier name. Let me just do it now so that it will not give me. It will show you now. If I select here, supplier is
It's just a demo. To show how to you have to just
it will show you the supplier information. It is not showing at the moment, but I have made a note of it. It will show you, not a problem. It will come here, not a problem. Show supplier name on receipts. I have noted it. It will show you just later on today. It will start showing you. Not a problem.
And Mr. Hamza,
Yeah.
at the phone number you have mentioned plus 8621
Yeah.
66.
Yeah.
We want to write here our PTCL number, not this one.
No problem.
This is Mr.
We will change it. No problem. Share with me. I will put your PTCL number here for your Labon PTCL number. That's not a problem. These minor settings, it's good that you are pointing them out. These will be sorted in these 10 days. There's nothing that will not be able to show. Right. Now, once you have Now this function your finance guy will do, which will most probably Umar. He will basically see the quantities that are received. If, for example, 200 all of it is received, and then 340 all of it is received, he will match that with the goods in invoice. And oh, where is one? And basically receive it against it. So let me just show you that. So you will open your purchases from Labon, China. You will click here, and then you click this 10. You see this receive button will show when it will. You need to click this receive button. Umar, this checkbox is important. Basically, we need to understand that purchase order, of course, as you understand, is the main source document, and then now this which document is going to be created is going to be a sub document of this purchase order. So one purchase order can have two or three purchase invoices, right? So if you will click this button, it will take out the details from that purchase order on that invoice as well. So you have to click this checkbox here. So because I put on purchase order this, it was October order and payment terms none, it will take those details here, right? And all you need to do
Okay.
is you need to click here and goods in and purchase invoice. And here
Okay.
in this box, you will see the ordered quantity and received quantity, and what quantity you want to receive. So here,
Okay.
this box here gives you an option to receive it partially. Let's suppose out of 200, 100 was received, you will just type 100 here. If out of this 340, all 340 was received, you will put 340, right? So I'm presuming that out of this 100, 200, 100 was received, and out of 340, 340 was received, right? All I need to do is click here, create document, and it has created an invoice for this purchase order. If you will see on the related documents, you can also print this goods in and purchase invoice. So it will say that 100 kgs of this has been received at 5,000, and then 33 of this is received, right?
Right.
So it's there, right? And
Correct.
on your product details, it will also show you here that this has been 200 was ordered, 100 was received and invoiced. Here 340 was ordered and 340 was received, right?
Right.
And you will see that it is now showing an invoice status. Also, now you will see it will show you a partially received, because it has been partially received and invoiced. Not all of it has been received, right?
Yes.
So now, if you want to receive it fully, you just need to create receive right here again. And if you are receiving the remaining quantity, you see this one has been totally received, it is giving you a tick here. So now the remaining quantity was 100 to receive. You just need to do this, click this, and click goods in and purchase invoice and create document, and you will see it has been totally invoiced. And you will see in this related documents, you will see that we have two invoices against this one purchase order, right?
Yes. Okay.
So this is something that for you to work out. Usually, it is a good practice to have. We can have one purchase order and one invoice, but of course, it gives you a flexibility where you have received partial quantities. You can always use more than one invoice against one purchase order, which might be a case in your scenario.
Okay.
Right. Moving on, we need have we need to record import expenses, right? I have a separate tab here for your import expenses here. If you will see here, we have all sorts of import expenses here. If I will show you one of the POs, it will have all your purchase expenses, import expenses. For import expenses, we have a same process like what we do with the purchase order. You simply click on the purchase order, and here you will select the supplier whom you are paying the import expense. So for example, here I have created an import supplier, right? And here we have all your expenses. For example, you just type here custom duty, and you type here whatever the price. Quantity here will always be 1, and you just type whatever import expenses you are paying. Then you have some, if there's some income tax expense you are paying, depending on what type of expense you are paying, right?
Yes.
So you just write that expenses name. We have loaded all your expenses here.
Okay.
You see, if you they are added with an SKU E100. So all your expenses, for example, detention charge, weight difference, most probably they will be for different expense for a different supplier, right? So
Yes.
detention you will be paying somebody else, this you will be paying somebody else, but you will create a supplier from here and then it will go. You,
Mr. Hamza?
yes,
Yeah, supplier is only showing the import supplier, just not the name of the supplier.
it will show you the name of the supplier. You can change the name of the supplier here, whatever the supplier is. For my ease, I just put import supplier for the time being. So this can be here FBR, and this can be Muhammad Ali, or this can be Hamza, whatever, whoever you are paying.
Any name of the
Any name
supplier.
of the supplier, yes.
Right.
So for example, let me just show you how to create a new supplier as well. So for example, if this supplier is, you just click on this, you see this blue button here, it gives you an add new option. Can you see it?
Yes.
So you just click on that, and then it will give you whatever the name of the supplier is. For example, let's suppose Hamza HSB, right? And you just click, you can put his details, address, 124, whatever. It's good to put details, and you can put his phone number,
Okay.
right? And you just click
Yes.
insert, and then it will select this Hamza HSB here, and then you can put him, let's suppose, if you will write E1, it will bring you all your, so for example, if he was your transporter and then you were charging, paying him this much, you just do this, click this, and you just, it will add that, right? All you need to do
Okay.
is click save. Again, it will create a purchase order, and then you verify. All the purchases will go into this Labon textile, right? Because that is our, and then you just click receive goods in and purchase invoice. It will create a purchase invoice for it. The same way you just create document. You can always select terms. If you're paying him in 90 days, you can select terms and just create document. So that expense has been added now, right?
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you can, moving on. Now I want to show, which I showed you already, some of your how to add your products, right?
Okay.
Let me just, you see this gear here. This gear here is your product's backend. So if you will click here, you will see all the details that you can edit. Now, Mr. David or Mr. Chris has to let me know that which user will be have access to which of these items, right? So for example, this document types, this is something which has to do with the programming of the software. Most probably I will not give access of this to anybody, but just in case Mr. David wants, I can give it to him. This is used for creating new types of documents. For example, I created your document for creating samples and stuff like that. Then, for example, for some of the users, we will not give access to edit bills of material. For some of the users, we will not give access to add new discounts. So that list in this 10 days, Mr. Chris will provide me. At the moment, this is because I have an administrator user. It has all the things open. So let's suppose I want to add, before adding any product, let me show you the product categories that we have added already. Okay, because every product that needs to add it belongs to a product category. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so in product categories, we have this import expenses and these charges category, which is this import expenses is self-explanatory. Import expenses. This charges category is some of the products we have created for your knitting charge and your washing charge, your process charging basically. The other categories that we have is yarn. Then there's some products that are waste, come into waste category, and then there are socks. Then we have dyed fabric, knitted fabric, dyed sewing thread, dyed polyester, and then we have. If you see this 10 button here, show. If you move it to 50, it will show you all the items here. Then we have polyester and dyed yarn. If I have missed any category, you can always add a product category here. So for example, it's very simple. You just need to add. Have I missed any? I can add it now. Let me know what I've missed.
There is a woven fabric.
Woven fabric? Okay, let me just add a product category. You just click on add and you just write woven fabric, right? You can write a description as well, but it will take without that as well.
That we can do that.
Oh, so you just click on insert here, and now if you will go to your product category, you will see woven fabric is here as well, right? Right. So this is relatively straightforward. Once you go into products, right, you click on products. Now here are all your product codes and your product types and everything. If I click on this unfilter it, it will show me all the products. You see, if you click here, you can see up to 100 products at a time. So I have added total of your 124 items. So if I want to, 100 items are showing here, and then rest are showing at the next page. Now, what you need to, I'll go through all these columns with you. This SKU, right? This has all your product codes. This is a mandatory field. Every product that you add must have an SKU. Okay. Then we have a product description, of course, what type of product it is. For some products, there is a version as well. So, for example, like pyramid, yarn 30s, there's black. We are using version for usually giving a color for a particular product. So, if you will see here, APP black, black, blue, we are using this. It's also there in SKU as well. You can see any product that has 11.51 black, that means it is a dyed yarn, right? Because SKU has to be unique. 11.51 has to be unique, so 11.51, and then if it is a dyed yarn, then you have 11.51 black here, right? I have not, and then here you can see their categories. So we have yarn, dyed yarn. So you can search it here as well. So if you want to search your dyed yarn, you just click here, and then it will filter all your dyed yarns that you have. Right? In order to add a new product, which you will be using a lot, so you just need to click on add product. Right? This product type is very important. If I click on here, you will see it will give you different options. So we need to understand which type of product it is. So if it is only a product that you purchase, then you will select buy from supplier. If it is not a tangible product, it's a service. So for example, if it is a charge like knitting charge or weaving charge or whatever, you will select service. If it is a product that needs some manufacturing on it, so if your supplier does some manufacturing on it, for example, a fabric that you need to add, that will be manufactured from work order. Or if it is a product you are unsure whether you sometimes buy and sometimes you get it processed, you can always select buy from supplier or manufactured from work order. So it is quite a open category. Usually, I think for most of the products, you will select this buy from supplier or manufactured from work order. But for some items like yarn, it will always be buy from supplier, because that you're not going to get manufactured, right? In SKU, we have used your existing codes. So I will suggest you always use your existing codes that you have. So I'm going to create a default one by my and then you here write it is a yarn, or you just write it is a fabric, test fabric, right? Its product category, you can write version as well if you want. You can write long description, and its category you will write it is a knitted fabric, right? And you can select its unit of kgs, meters, whatever. Here you can add further details if you want. If there's a certain default sales and purchase price, you can add it. If there's a specific supplier you purchase it from, you can add that supplier here. If not, that's not necessary. And then that's it. You just click insert, and this product has been created. Right? Pretty straightforward there. Right. What I need to show you now, I need to show you some of the cards here. I think I've shown you those cards already, but you can see your import expenses here. And then let me show you this here. After this report section here, it will give you in a better view a breakdown. You see, for this, when I opened this purchases from Labon China, it opened a list of orders, right? But if you want to see it in a better view, I have created a report for you as well. So if you want to see Labon China purchase report, you can click on this report here, and it will open a report for you, which will give you according to the products that you have purchased. So you see here, it will give you all the products that you have purchased from Labon China. It is giving you a report in US dollars, and it is giving you that how much. This is the category of the product that you purchased from Labon China. This is the SKU of it, code. This is the total cost to you. So you have purchased $45,000 worth of products from Labon China, and this is the total quantity here. And this is the average price that for that product, right?
Mr. Hamza,
Yes.
this will show only the quantity only.
Sorry.
I'm going to say it will show only the quantity, not price. And
It is showing the price here. Total cost.
not I'm going to say if we are going to pay to our supplier,
Yes.
that will not show this category.
If you will pay your Labon China.
Yes.
No, this is not the ledger. This is not Labon China's ledger. This is just an analysis of what you have purchased from them over a period of time, right?
Just report for 6 months or 3 months or few
कि
months.
कितना हमने परचेज किया ठीक हो.
You can always have a calendar filter as well, so which has custom dates as well. So you can see from which date to which date you have purchased from them. If you want to see only for September, you can click here and update, and it will update according to September, right? So that's that. Also, if you want to check the details of a particular item, you can always click on these blue buttons here. So for example, this total quantity we have purchased 200. If I click on this 200, it will show me that how many purchase invoices we have purchased it into. So on 21st September, purchase invoice number 9, we purchased 100, and then again on another purchase invoice we purchased another 100, and the total cost was this $5,000, right?
Okay.
I will show you the Labon's ledger later on. I will show you the Labon's ledger and what payments you make to them later on. But that's later on, right? This is just that report, right? What I wanted to show you is your import expenses breakdown. So, for example, here, if you click here, this import expenses card, you will not see, you will just see the total value of the import expenses, right? According to the
Yes.
supplier. But if you want to see its better breakdown, you can always see it here. Import expenses breakdown. If you click on this, you will be able to see that for which category of import expense you paid what amount, right?
Yes.
And it should not have any other category. It will only have import expenses, right?
Yes.
463422. And now here I had a discussion point with I had a discussion point with you all is, for example, if you see this import expense here, right, 463422, right?
Yes.
This is your profit and loss account. I have an option here in which you can have all the import expenses broken down here in this chart of account, right? But then
Okay.
that will make your chart of account very lengthy. It will not look really nice. It will become very tall profit and loss account. So I have created a report here in which you can always see the breakdown from here, right? And then you will see
Right.
in your profit and loss a total of import expense. When you click here on this import expenses, you will all, of course, you will see the breakdown here, right?
Right.
Right. Let's go on to the next phase. Right. Uh, right. I want to go to the sales report later on. Let me just show you the manufacturing and goods transfer process. Right. Right. Now we need to these two. Now what we will be working on. We will be working on this manufacture and inventory. These two items. Okay.
Okay.
So your process at the start is you transfer the goods from your location to your suppliers, right? For that, all the goods transfers, we need to use this inventory tab, inventory module. So we click on this inventory module, and I will go through these the on-hand inventory alerts and these later on. Let me just process one goods transfer document for you. So any inventory that you are moving out from your store for further processing, you are going to select goods transfer from here, right?
Okay.
So you click on this goods transfer, and here you will add your supplier to whom your goods are going, right?
Okay.
And here you will select, right. So this item, and we have at the moment 2.3 kilos in Labon, right? So let me just transfer 1 kilo of it. I'll transfer 1 kilo, and let me just transfer some other item. 11.561. I have in Lebon 45 kilos. So let me just transfer 30 kilos. Right. And like, so whatever items you want to transfer, you can add them here. Right. And all you need to do is click on verify and ship. And you need to select from which location you are shipping. So it is always going to be Lebon because you're shifting from Lebon. So you will have to select a from location where where you are sending it from. Once you click Lebon Textile this, okay that, you can again to your store guy, you can share with him goods transfer received picking slip. So you will give it to him and you will ask him to pick this stuff and basically send. Right? Again, here you will get two address as well. Once I select a, you can write here, if you select right here the complete address, if you can write here complete address, and he will know that he's shipping from Labon Textile main store to this account, right? So this is something he will sign again, and give for you to upload here, right? Now what you need to do, as soon as you ship, you have to get it received to a particular supplier. So you need to put that into a supplier's inventory. So here you will select that which supplier has taken it. So you have issued it to combined fabric, so you will select combined fabric here. And likewise, if it is gone to denim or sapphire or weave tech or whoever, right? So here you will select combined fabric and you will OK it. Right. Now we have sent this 11.58 and 11.561, right? Is there any question in the goods transfers?
I think in the goods transfer, better that we name it work order as instead of goods transfer.
Work order is going to come later on, which I'm going to show you. So it will be a two process. Once you transfer the goods to the supplier, and then you will create a work order, which I'm going to do now.
And this is for only for sales.
No, it's for
This is for your production
Okay.
processing. Because what this goods transfer document will do, let me show you what it has done. What it will do, if I show you, what it has done. What basically it has done, it has taken some inventory from here, from Labon Textile, and it has put it here. The reason it is, what basically is, this before was more than this. It has basically moved it, whatever the movement was here, it has moved it to combined fabric. So you know that Labon now, our own warehouse has 1198 kilos, and now combined fabric has 20, 30, 40 kilos of this product, right?
okay. Got it.
Right. Now at the next stage, this you need to go into this account data, and you need to go into bills of materials, right? The reason we did not complete your bills of materials ourselves, because we were not given the complete information. As Mr. David said, that they will be, his team will be preparing the bills of materials themselves, right? So uh, let me know, for example, what I say, that from this yarn 11.561, this test fabric is created, right? Fabric test. I'm creating this fabric test, right? So what I will going to do is I'm going to edit its bill of material. Okay. So I'm going to click on this view update bill of material, and here I'm going to select 11.561, and I'm going to select here 1, right? So what I'm saying is that with this 11, with the 11, with my yarn, this 1 kilo of this will be needs to be locked, right? And here I am going to put in a knitting charge per kilo. So here you need to put in a per kilo knitting charge, which would be 90 or 95, whatever, right? Any confusion so far?
Okay, no.
Right? Is there any confusion in this step? I can go with it again.
Okay, you can go it again because Umar was not here.
Okay, okay, okay.
Bill of material के बारे में बता रहे हैं bill of material वो हम लोग सेट करना है कितना ज़्यादा होंगे.
Now here I have a question actually. Who would be responsible for doing this step? Because we need to have a person who has knowledge about the recipes. Umar?
Uma is here now.
Okay. So Umar will be responsible for doing this step, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just go through with it again, right? Umar, basically what we did is that we have transferred a yarn from a yarn number 11.561 from our Labon warehouse to combined fabric, right?
Right.
Now what we want to do is we want to put in and how much of that yarn they will use in creating this fabric. It will be any fabric. You can add a new fabric as well, but I already added this test fabric. So I'm saying that it is going. We are going to prepare this test fabric from the yarn number 11.561, right?
Okay.
So from back end, from this gear icon, you need to come into bills of material and you need to search the fabric that you want to create, right?
Okay.
Here you will have that fabric and here you need to update its bill of material. So you click on this and you will update its bill of material, right? It will show you something like this. What you need to do is you need to click here on SKU and you need to select the yarn which is going to be used to prepare this product, okay? And you will put a ratio of 1 kilo here always. The reason you will put 1 kilo here is because it is your reporting requirement to track the wastage and return separately, right?
Okay. I will write here the quantity we sent to them.
No, you will write here always, you will write here 1. The quantity that we have sent was already treated in the transfer document. You will always write here 1. What it is going to do, here you will always write 1.
Okay. Okay.
In the knitting charges, you will write what the knitting charges are per kilo. Per kilo.
Okay.
So you will write, let's suppose 90 rupees per kilo. Okay?
Okay.
And you will just okay that.
Normal.
Yeah.
Okay. If we have this fabric prepared by two yarns, just like 11.561 and 4.84,
Yes.
then what we will
You will put here, let's suppose 11 point. You will put that yarn as well. Right?
okay.
And you will
Okay.
put its ratio. So for example, for some yarns, 1 kilo of that fabric being produced, you will put 1 and then you will put in, let's suppose 0.5 here. Right?
Okay.
This is according to your recipe. What recipe you have? This only you can tell better than me actually.
Okay, let's suppose we have prepared 1 kg from 11.16 is zero point 0.4 and 11.561 is 0.6. Then we will write 0.6 and 0.4.
Yes, yes, yes. 0.6. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
And then you just okay that.
Okay.
Right? Now you will go into manufacture, but I haven't moved that type of yarn in there, so let me move that yarn as well. Let me move 11.16 as well to combined location. Let me just do.
Manufacturing पे वो एंट्री तो चुके वो मोटर लग गया वर्क ऑर्डर करना ना वर्क ऑर्डर तो बनेगा ना
Right. So you have moved both the yarn now. Right. Now when you will come into manufacture process, right? And here you need to click on work order,
Okay.
and you will write the finished good name, which was 33.99, the fabric which you are going to create, and you are going to create it into your, it combined is preparing it, so you will select combine, and let's suppose you are creating 20 kilos of it, right? And you click new work order. So what it's going to do is, it is going to use 12 kilos of your yarn 11.561 and 8 kilos of your yarn 16S and knitting charges of 1800, and it will basically produce your this fabric of 20 kilos, right? So
Right.
all you need to do here is click allocate components, and here you need to type that how many are you producing. You can also produce 10 for the time being, and then you can receive 12 later on, but if you want to create all, you just click 20 and you show component availability, and it will show you that already yes they have 30, we have moved 30 kilos to combine, so we are going to use 12, and we have moved 109 to combine, and we are going to use 8, right? And 1800 is going to be the knitting charge for producing 20. So I just click on allocate components, right? And I click on receive finished goods, and I write 20, and then I click receive finished goods, and then basically these finished goods have been received. So basically now I have, I'll show you what it has done. If I show you inventory and I show you inventory of combined, if I just show you that, you see this fabric test,
Yes.
it is going to show me that I have 20 of this fabric in combined warehouse, and its total cost to me was 43,447, right? The cost it will calculate
Yes.
according to the raw materials as well as your components cost. If I go here in manufacture and I'll show you that work order, if you click on this work order cost, you will always see that, you see this component cost is 41,000, which is the raw material cost, and this service cost 1800 is your knitting charge, which is showing here 1800.
Also, we need to add the fillet cost.
Uh, Mr. Hamza,
Yes.
we want to also we want to add a freight cost of our freight
Well,
from Lahore to Sialkot or Sialkot to Lahore.
not a problem. You can write here, you can use this overheads cost, or you can
Okay.
always, if you want, in the bill of material you can add the freight cost. Do you have a freight cost per kilo, or is it per project or something?
It's almost per kg.
Per
Per
kg.
kg.
So then we can add it in the bill of material, not a problem. At the time you were adding this knitting charge, you can add freight charge over there as well, per
Okay.
kilo. Okay, so it will show here. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
right. So
So
that,
first you need to calculate the freight cost per kg.
yes, freight, it will calculate freight cost per kg. Okay, so far so good. All you need to do after that is once you receive it back into Labon at the door, you're going to do a goods transfer and you've received from combined to Labon, and you will write here the product that you have received, and you see it is showing you that in combined you had 20, right? So now you do a reverse of what you did last time. Basically, from now you are going to ship it from combined and you are going
To
to
Labon.
receive it into Labon. You okay that, and then your product is here. Okay, that's that. We have that. Right. Now this is the
Sir,
yes.
can you show me the work order again, please?
Sorry.
Can you show me the work order again?
Yes. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? This work order, the one that we prepared, or you want to create a new one?
Yeah, I can just want to see the format.
So here the quantity comes, and then here is your. You can always have a better view at it. This is going to give you the recipes. And you can see it's you can see you can see here costs, right?
Okay.
When we want to make a new work order,
Yes.
then you open one.
If you want to create a new work order, you just click on this work order button here,
Okay.
and you want to create this finished good, right? You select the location in which the supplier you are preparing it, and let's suppose you want to create 10 kilos. You create new work order, and this will have your recipes set it up here that they want yarn of this and then they want yarn of this, and it is already have
This work order comments. I need a little bigger space for that because we have to write the detail, what GSM, what width, and what
this.
everything.
This you can write here. There will be a lot of there's a lot of space here. You can write as much as you want actually. So it keeps on going down,
Okay,
right?
right. That all would be printed on
Yes.
printed.
So if you
Work order.
see this, you see, it gives you enough space here. So I think it will take that information, right? You can also write here if you want some information, and then it will pick up that as well. Is- You can write it here as well. So it will show here as well. Depends on where you want to put it.
Okay. Okay. Got
Okay,
it.
right.
Got it.
Yes.
Now this work orders report, you're reporting on your inventory movement because we are working on it. The report that he shared with me. Let me just. It's still work in progress. The report is not complete. It will be completed by the end of this month. It's actually because your report was a bit specific. It was slightly different to what we had actually. Uh, it's still work in progress. I'll show you. It will be like the report you shared with us. It will be like the report you shared with us. I think. What was the name of the report? Yes, it will be like this one. It will be slightly better than what you already use actually, but we are working on it. The developer is giving me a lot of pain actually. Okay, 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 okay. I think I have it here. Oops. ये वाली जी. So you will be getting a report from us in this format. This is the one you guys shared with us. All the transactions that you did there, right? They are going to populate in this format, but it is going to be a better format than this. We have made some improvements in it, right? So we will show you that.
Okay.
Right. That's that. Now, what we need to do is, I want to show you the sampling process first, right? Uh, for sampling, you need to come into this cell module, right? And you need to click on this goods out, not sales code, not sales order, because sample is a $0 out, a zero price out, and it is going on zero price. So we click on goods out, right? So you need to click on the goods out, and from here on top, if you will click that down, you will see a sample. So you will click this sample, and it will open a sample document. Right now, it's very much similar to what we did before. You just write your client's name and you write the product that you are sending them. Right, and whatever amount you have, you are sending them, let's suppose 10 kilos. The price is always going to be zero because it is a sample. Okay, and that's it. All you need to do is just verify and ship, and you need to select the location from which you are sending it out. Labon textile, you just okay that, and it is basically given you the sample is out. And you can see on these cards, let me show you this. You see this sample card here. If you will click on this, it will show you all the samples that you have sent out, and you can open it here and you can see it there. You see, it has a separate document number as well. So all the samples document number will start from SMP. Okay,
Okay.
that's relatively straightforward. Right, and right now we need to come on to some of the reportings. And oh right, no, I have to show you this. These sales cards, right? There was a requirement from you to show you sales according to different account managers, right? So and your process begins with the sales contracts, like the purchase order card. This six is the number of your total sales contracts, right?
Okay.
Now, out of those six contracts, Rashid has three total sales contracts, David has one, and Chris has one, and there are some other sales contracts that do not belong to Rashid or Chris. We can have any other name as well if you want, Omar, right? So you see this 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, right? Plus 1. So if I click on this 3 button, it will show me Rashid's total sales contracts. The difference between this Rashid total sales contract and this Rashid confirmed sales contracts is because some of the sales contracts that Rashid is working on are still pending. Like for example, we have sent the contract to the customer, but he has not approved it. So this one number here is showing the approved contracts of Rashid. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So let me show you Rashid's total sales contracts. If I click on this 3, it will show me in totality Rashid's has 3 contracts. Out of this, 2 are pending and 1 is closed. This one is also showing in a separate card as well, which this closed means that this has been one sale. And you will see that this is the date and this is the client name and then this is the status and this is your salesperson name, and then you see here related sales order. Every contract which is closed or won generates automatically a sales order number. If I will click here, it will have a sales order number. Now this contract number 6 is still in the pending state. Once it will be closed and won, it will automatically create a sales order number for it, right? Let me just show you how it works. Let me show you. If I go into this 6, right, 6 number, it will open your sales contract. So basically a test client, and Rashid has created this sales order. Let's suppose this has been approved, right? The client has signed it, right? Once the client signed it, you just verify it, okay it, and you close it. Once you close it, it will select you the location from which you want to ship it. So it is always going to be your Labon textile location, right? And you okay it, right? So you will here, of course, again you can upload the client's contract here, again the signed document or whatever, and you can get a print of this contract as well, which is your quotation or contract, whatever you want to show. Right. Now, if I go into my module now, you will see Rashid's confirmed sale contracts are 2 now. It was 1 before, now 2. If I click on this 2, you will see that Rashid has won these sales already. So these sales are now need to be basically shipped, right? And you can, of course, here you will see the value as well. You can see that Rashid's confirmed sales values is 1 million and Rashid's total sales value is 14 million. He's working on a sales of 14 million, right? But out of them, 10 million have been confirmed. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
And likewise, there are other same way David's contracts, and then there's Chris contracts, and then if you want, you will tell me. I will create as many salesperson's contracts you want, right? Right. I think what I suggest, we take a 12 minutes break. It's 12:18. We start at 12:30, and then we will go to the reporting section. Is that okay?
12:30
Yes.
again.
We start at 12:30.
Okay.
In 12 minutes. I think it's good that we have a breather because it's a lot to consume. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
He will after the break.
We will explain first. And Mr. Jawad contact me. He told me that the freight transportation cost from Karachi to Sharjah is 130,000.
So is it okay? Should we start in 10 minutes then?
After 12:40 at 12:40.
At 12:40, not 30?
Yeah. Yeah, 40. You
Oh.
can smoke and drink tea.
Okay, good. That's good. Let's start at 12:40. Okay, I'll see you. I'll call you at 12:40. Okay.
Okay, see you.
See you. Bye.
And